Hey Tigers, welcome back to another episode of TSC Talks here on Tiger Sports Central. My name is Jack Slayton, and as always, I'm joined by
J.V. Montgomery,
Torian Daniels,
Ethan Murphy.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for a very special episode 23. This is our last episode before we go on winter break, so we have a lot to talk about and a lot of things to cover. So we're going to kick things off with something that is going to be unraveling as we are on winter break, is the college football playoffs. So the college football playoffs, how many teams are there? Is it 12? 12-team bracket starts this weekend, and then from 2 weeks, is it 2 weeks from this weekend or a week after the teams with the bye get to play? So the top 4 teams will play in a couple weeks, and then all the other teams seeded 5 through 12 will play this upcoming weekend. So we're just going to go around. Torrin, if you want to start us off, who do you have going all the way?
I think Indiana, hopefully they do it, just to cap off their season. They got a good coach. They got the Heisman quarterback, so if they could do it, that'd be pretty cool.
I got Ohio State.
Okay, Ethan.
I got Georgia. I think I was critical of them. I thought that they weren't gonna do much, but I mean they've really come into their own last couple of weeks here, and I think that I thought it was going to be Ohio State, but I think Ohio State showed some very weak points against an Indiana team, and I think that Georgia's defense is much better than Indiana's, so I think that the Bulldogs are going to win their 3rd title in like a 5-year span.
Yeah, that's who I had too. I have Georgia. I've been high on Georgia since going into their big SEC championship match. I thought they were going to beat Bama. They did beat Bama, and I think honestly they're gonna go all the way. Is there any like sleepers that you guys think could go on a little run in the playoffs?
Alabama, if they get healthy, I think Alabama could be really good. They could make it all the way.
Okay.
I'd say Oregon. Oregon has a really easy path. They got JMU, and then they'd play Texas Tech, so that's very favorable for them.
Yeah, they got a good quarterback, don't they?
Yeah, he's like the #1 projected quarterback.
There you go. How do you guys think Ole Miss is going to do?
I hope they do good, but I really don't. I'm not too sure, honestly.
They'll beat Tulane, but they'd run into Georgia in the next round. So, it'd be cool to see them win without their head coach. But I mean, Georgia's Georgia, so it'd be hard for anyone to beat them.
There you go. All right. So it'll be very interesting to see how the college football playoffs pan out. We will have more coverage of them in a couple weeks once we get back with our first episode, and we'll be sure to give you a recap of everything that happened since we were gone. Next up, we are going to move to the NFL. The NFL, it is truly time. Playoffs are about to start. The season, the records, they're all taking form of how they're going to look as we head into the postseason. So starting us off, are there any matches this week that you guys just found interesting or you think would be good to talk about?
I'd say Thursday night, Rams-Seahawks, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a really good game.
That's probably going to decide who either gets the 1 seed or wins that division. Mm-hmm. So, that's definitely something you got to look up to. Finally, a great Thursday night game. They've been good, but it's just team to team. Yeah. But, yeah, this is
Who do y'all got in that?
Seahawks.
Rams.
I got the Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
I just think Rams have everything. As I've been saying, they just got it all right now, so hard to beat them.
I got the Rams. I think that Seattle played it close with Phillip Rivers, who obviously had a really good return for his standards. 44 years old, but I just think that LA they're back to finding their footing. They had that little slip up against the Panthers, but I think they're really coming into their own, and they're going to show that they are the 1 seed and the team to beat in this conference.
The Packers got a big game this week. It's them against the Bears in Chicago. It's going to be really interesting from my point of view and really everybody to see how the Packers are going to do without Micah Parsons. I know, Javen, you're really high on Micah Parsons. You said that was the only thing we had. So I think we'll be fine. I know we have the pieces on defense to step up. Will they step up? That's the question. Rashawn Gary, we gave him a bunch of money. He came out of Michigan. He's a really solid player, but he just hasn't done much this year, so we'll see how they feel. How do you guys feel about the Packers without Micah?
It's going to be really rough because Micah Parsons gets to the quarterback very often. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really rough for the Packers, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I think y'all could win, definitely, but it's going to be a lot harder because it's just, usually they're like double teaming, triple teaming Micah, so they have more players that spread out across the line. So
Yeah, I'm going into this one before the Denver game. I thought that, Green Bay had a really good chance to sweep the season series against Chicago, but, losing Micah obviously is a big loss, as it would be for any team who loses their star defensive player. But, Chicago, they've kind of rebounded from that last game. It'll definitely be a good game. Technically a short week, Saturday, but, I think Chicago will win. I just think that right now the Packers are just kind of deflated.
You don't think it would be close?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Last game was close. So.
I just think that right now the Bears are going to capitalize high off momentum. Kind of just, this is the best they've been in this decade, really. And, Green Bay, they're still a very good team. Still a lot to look forward to there. I just think that Chicago right now at home is going to take it. Split series, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, I'm never going to pick against the Packers. I still got the Packers in this. I think the key to winning, it's almost going to be kind of like the Bills. That Bills defense is not great. I'm not saying the Packers defense without Micah is bad, but it's not what it was. And Jordan Love is just going to have to go out there and just keep on piling on points no matter what the defense. If the defense stops them, that's awesome. If they don't, Jordan Love and the Packers offense is really going to have to step it up. Are there any other matches this week that you guys find intriguing? One could be the Lions and the Steelers. That's a big game for the playoffs. Torian, how are you feeling going into that matchup?
Feeling confident.
Confident?
It's a dub every week. Confident we're going to win.
Okay. And any other matchups?
Tampa,
Who do they play?
Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Okay. There's a game.
Yeah. Well, I sat up here last week. I was talking about how I'll have faith. Everyone's healthy finally. And then Thursday happened. So I haven't given up. I'll never give up. I won't be surprised if they lose. And honestly, I feel that whoever does win this division is going to be a sacrificial lamb to the Seahawks. So, it'd be fun to make it, but at the same time, it'd be a waste of a spot for either one, especially Carolina. Because, look, we lost to the Saints once. They lost to them twice. All right, so I think people are forgetting that the Panthers are not this legendary team. So it'll be a close game, maybe. I really don't know. But yeah, I'm just kind of out of it now.
Okay, there you go. Next up, we got 3 questions left. Just 3 talking points, really. Who do you guys think is going to take the AFC?
Broncos.
Yeah.
I got Broncos.
I got the Patriots.
Still the Patriots after their loss to Buffalo?
Yeah, I still got the Patriots.
Okay.
That loss doesn't really hurt them as much as if they lost the series, got swept, I feel like it would hurt them. But even series, close games on both of them, so I don't feel like it would hurt them that much.
Yeah, and I don't see Mike Vrabel as a coach that lets this team make the same mistakes twice. So, I think this is definitely a growing pain. This is something that they're going to have to figure out, but I have no doubt that they will. Buffalo, they gained a little bit of respect. Coming back's not easy, but this was their Super Bowl. I think we can all agree.
Ooh.
Maybe not you, but this is definitely the best it gets.
Was the Bills Super Bowl beating the Patriots?
Josh Allen got a kid.
I think record-wise, the number 1 seed's definitely going to be Denver. If you just look at their record, I think I saw a thing where if a certain amount of things happen this week, they can already take the 1 seed. So I'm going to go with Denver, just I think record alone. However, when it gets into the playoffs and it gets to who is going to the AFC Championship and who is going to win it all, I got to go with the Bills. I know you guys are really, really critical of the Bills. Going into this episode, everyone was hating on the Bills, saying they were going to lose to the Patriots. And,
it's just
and look what happened. I hate to say it, but I did tell you guys all what was going to happen. And I think the Bills, I think they're kind of a sleeper. Not a lot of people have them as the best team in the league.
This guy's terrible.
And I think they are either 1A, 1B with the Rams, or they're right below them.
It's just with the Bills, it's the same thing every year. Continuously every year.
They beat the Ravens, then they get beat by the
They win some good games.
Chiefs.
Josh Allen plays good. Then they hit the playoffs. They would probably win the first round. Maybe win the second round, depends on who they're playing. They're not going to make the Super Bowl.
Okay. The team that had always beat them, they're not in it this year. So I'm just saying, watch out for the Bills. If you look at the Bills, compared to all these other teams in the AFC, they are the team with the playoff experience. They have the roster with the playoff experience. You look at Drake May, never played in a playoff game. You look at Bo Nix, not as much playoff experience. These teams just, their head coach is sure, like Sean Payton, he has some playoff experience. But in my opinion, when you look at the teams in the AFC, the Bills really stand out as that team that knows how to play in the playoffs.
They know how to lose.
Yeah,
They
they know how to lose in the playoffs.
They know how to lose in the playoffs.
I see it like this. When you have a Bills roster that outside of Josh Allen has nothing, how's that going to compare against teams like Denver, who has a vast majority of the defensive talent in this league? Drake May, who's on the up, a better supporting cast around him than Josh Allen. I think we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that, even if this was the year the Bills could do something, I think this is the year their roster kind of decreases and goes down in value. And, of course, you all know how I feel about the head coach. I think that if they don't win it here, they should fire him. But I can't see a world where the Bills win the Super Bowl. They might make it if they get a lucky stretch. Maybe they play some injured teams. But if you can say with a straight face that the Rams will lose to the Bills in the biggest game of the year, I think you're lying to yourself.
Who says the Rams are making it to the Super Bowl?
Me.
I'd definitely say that.
Yeah, it's going to be,
Okay. All right. If you guys feel that way. NFC, I think it's kind of open.
Well, you love playoff experience, and Matthew Stafford has
He does.
probably some of the most out of any quarterback
He
in the league
does.
right now. So
And Josh Allen has more playoff experience than Drake May and Bo Nix and all of them. So
Knows how to lose.
they also know how to win.
Yeah, against like the 9-8
Yeah.
wild card teams.
They're still making it to
Josh
those
Allen doesn't know how to
spots.
win a Super Bowl
Look,
or AFC championship.
I think we're forgetting that we're one Mark Andrews drop away from having a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
I think that shouldn't go unnoticed, that they got lucky in the fact that they didn't tie. And I just think that it's a lot different. So
I'm sticking with the Bills for my AFC champions. I'll go with. I think they're the best team in that division. So we kind of hinted at this earlier. Do you guys think there is any team in the NFC who can take out the Rams?
if anything, it's going to be the Seahawks if they could.
Yeah.
The Seahawks.
A fully healthy Lions team could also do that.
Oh,
in the Lions.
okay. Yeah, the Lions. Yeah.
Playoff Lions team.
I think that the NFC's a lot more closed than the AFC, but I think that one team that could be pesky is maybe, like you said, the Seahawks. I think the Niners. But that's a division opponent. They've played twice already. They beat them once. They got out-coached. I just think that, if San Francisco gets into a certain point, they could play pesky, but I still don't think they'll win, just how injured they are. But, yeah, I think that, the Niners have quietly snuck up. They already have 10 wins, which their season and their schedule is not the hardest, but, they've gotten done what they needed to get done.
With a bunch of injuries.
I know.
So they're doing it.
Yeah, the NFC, I think it'll be interesting. I still think the Packers have a shot, maybe not to win it all without Micah, but I think they're kind of a team to watch out for, seeing how they play on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday will show a lot. If they are still remotely the same team as they were going into that Broncos game, I'd watch out for the Packers.
They'll make some noise. I don't think they'll get, flat out first rounded. I just think that, when push comes to shove, it's going to come down to coaching. And no offense to Matt LaFleur, but I think that Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay are two of the best in this league.
I'm not sold on the Niners. They're kind of like the Seahawks have been these last couple of years where nobody talks about them. Nobody is talking about the Niners. The media and stuff, the media, they like to cover their people, the teams they like, and it seems like the Niners and the Seahawks have just switched.
When's the last time the Packers been to a Super Bowl?
2011?
What does that have to do with anything?
2011.
I'm just asking,
Well, we beat the Steelers.
2010,
and, yeah.
2011.
Yeah, but
we just went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
well, I wasn't. I'll get back to my thing.
yeah, okay.
I just mean if you
for
notice, if you pay attention to the media and maybe you follow these football accounts, back last year, nobody would ever talk about the Seahawks. Nobody. No reports on the Seahawks, no nothing on the Seahawks. But it literally seems like this year they've switched. And that's not because of football. I just think it's interesting to see how a team that the NFL loved, they love CMC, Brock Purdy, that story, they've kind of just flipped them. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's going to mean anything. Maybe there's not as many teams just like scared of the Niners as they were. But, yeah.
All right.
All right. Last thing we want to talk about is big matchup in the AFC. I think they play Week 18, so that's going to be a big game. But we saw them play last night, the Steelers. They took out Miami, and where I think Pittsburgh looked really good. Their great quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, he looked great. He had an awesome game. I mean, you could say it was against Miami, whatever. But who do you guys have going going to the playoffs? The Ravens or the Steelers?
No, nobody wants to see old Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. I'm trying to see Lamar Jackson. I bet you would.
Yeah, I love Aaron Rodgers.
I bet you want Aaron Rodgers over Lamar in the playoffs, but that's besides the point. It's just like I'd rather see Lamar. I'd rather see him go crazy. I'd rather see the Ravens win than the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, look, I'm just waiting for any minute Mike Tomlin to do what Mike Tomlin does best. That's
food.
Yeah,
go
classic.
9-8, lose first round in the playoffs.
The classic 9-8, and maybe this time it will involve not even going to the playoffs, which I think would be good. I just think the Steelers seem so boring. I mean, that game last night, all I saw Aaron Rodgers do was
just loft it up.
Yeah, little shovel passes behind him to Gainwell, and then maybe the occasional little 12-yard throw down the field. It was very boring football, and I think
he's old. Like, he
it's
can't even
predictable
do
football.
Yeah.
Defensive schemes get better and better, and the Steelers have not changed. This game felt like I was watching a game in like the 90s or something. Like I was watching an Iowa football
Because that's when Aaron Rodgers played. That boy's old. Like, I'm just not trying to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
And then you got the stark difference to that. You got Lamar Jackson, who you don't know what he's going to do when he drops back when he runs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And just that unpredictability, it's a lot more entertaining. And I think that ultimately
More exciting.
it's more exciting. Now, I think that the Ravens, they do have a very hard end to the schedule. So, they got
the Patriots.
Yeah, they got the Patriots, the Packers, and then the Steelers.
And then the Steelers again.
But if they are able to tack away those wins, I genuinely think they could maybe be a dark horse to win it all.
If they win those last 3 games, they could be dangerous.
I know
I can see them going 2-3 for real. I can see them beating the Steelers and the Packers.
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
Look, they might give New England a run for their money. Not saying they'll beat them.
Yeah,
but I think
they could. I mean, if they play New England close and then win the next 2 games,
it's gonna be a scary sight.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, but I just, like I said, I keep waiting for Mike Tomlin to do what he does best. That's collapse. I got my fingers crossed because a Steelers playoff spot is a spot that's wasted.
I love Lamar as much as the next guy, but I got the Steelers, man. They look like a much better team than the Ravens, honestly. I mean, the Ravens, sure, they shut out the Bengals, but nobody really looked great in that game. It was just kind of like oh, man, Joe Burrow throws another pick. Uh-oh. And then the Ravens just capitalized off of it. I love Lamar. I think he's a very electrifying quarterback.
Generational.
Yeah, that's right. Hall of Famer, first ballot. They should just give him his own Hall of Fame class, honestly.
Thank you.
Like, just the Lamar Jackson. They can name the Hall of Fame after him. How's that? The Lamar Jackson Hall of Fame.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I just think that he's one of the best in our generation. I think, like I keep saying, we're going to look back on Lamar and say, man, we had something special.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he played at Louisville. Like, he was right here.
I know.
If you don't appreciate that, then I don't even know.
Yeah. I'm rooting for A-Rod. I'm probably biased because A-Rod did a lot of great things for the Packers, but yeah. So it is going to be very, very interesting to see how the next couple weeks of football take place. We have college football playoffs starting this weekend, and then we also have NFL Week 16, I think, starting this weekend too. So we have lots of football in store, and I cannot wait to get back and cover everything that happened and cover all of our predictions and everything for you guys. So be on the lookout for episode 24 coming probably around that first or second week of January. But as always, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode.